Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're doing Rich Mountain Loop Trail in the Great Smoky Mountains, which is right at the entrance of Cades Cove. So I'm in the parking area. Basically it's an 8.4 mile loop and it'll pass some of the historical sites and give us some really good views of Cades Cove. So if you're not big on driving and you want to do a hike that isn't going all the way to Abrams Falls or anything like that, and you still want to enjoy the scenery of Cades Cove, I am assuming I'm going to highly recommend this hike. I have never done it before, so we're all going to be on this venture together. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's start this venture. This is definitely one of the gloomiest days that I've picked to film hiking, I think, pretty much yet, if you look at any of my previous videos. But it is one of the last days we have that's good, mild, warm weather. I have a feeling for a while, so I was like, I don't care, it's not raining on me, so I'm going, I'm getting out. I'll put like some colorful stuff on to kind of brighten up my mood and I will enjoy this warmer, awesome day in nature. I'm gonna just have to step in it, guys. No, it's not deep. I thought it was deeper than it really is. Right here is deeper. Yeah, whatever. Hence why I'm here on a warmer day, right? Special alert, Scott Mountain Trail is closed from Campsite 6 to Schoolhouse Gap Trail. Scott Mountain Trail is open from the junction of Indian Grave Cooked Arm to Campsite 6. Campsite 6 is open. Do not put yourself or others at risk by ignoring this closure. Okay. Well, either way I go, I will end up back at this point. So, I think I'm gonna go Indian Grave Gap Trail, or I think I'm gonna follow this first, and then I will be looping around to Crooked Arm Ridge Trail and end up back here. That's the plan. So that whole beginning part is like flat, very, very flat. It's still flat ground in front of me, so it's definitely not difficult at all so far. I do know when I looked it up on All Trails, it does go up like almost 2,000 feet in elevation. So there is going to be an area that's more difficult, which is, I'm assuming, why it's considered a moderate trail. And there's lots of little water crossings too that I'm witnessing at the moment. Little baby ones. If it had been a fresh rain, that would kind of probably suck. But anyways, that's where I'm at the moment. So there was a moment just now that was deathly silent. There's not a breath of air, and I didn't hear a bird, didn't hear anything. It was just a little odd. Like, I actually stopped and just was like, whew, that's silence. Sun's trying to break through.
The John Oliver Historical Cabin, which is set back from Cades Cove Loop Road, is the first historical structure you will come to. The parking area for this cabin is immediately past Sparks Lane. John and Lucretia Oliver, and I know I'm saying that name so wrong, Lucretia, I'm sorry. The original owners of the cabin were the first permanent settlers in Cades Cove. When they moved to Cades Cove in the 1820s, the only road into the cove was a primitive trail, and there was not a working gristmill. In the absence of the gristmill, the Olivers had to beat corn into cornmeal, using only a mortar and pestle. During the early years, Lucretia feared she would starve to death. Once again, I am so sorry if I'm butchering that name. Now the Oliver Cabin is one of the most visited historical structures in the national park. The cabin is held together by gravity and notched corners. It does not need pegs or nails to hold it together. Although the National Park Service eventually took control of the structure, it was one of the last historical structures to be vacated. The cabin remained in the Oliver family for over 100 years. This historical structure is an easy 5-minute walk away from the parking area.
So there was an older couple that told me that apparently there's supposed to be a cave somewhere around here, and that you'll find it because there'll be 2 picnic tables by it. I'm continuing, the hike, so maybe I'll find it. But if I don't find it, and you have been to the Oliver place before in Cades Cove, and you know where the cave is, please comment it below. So that way I can possibly hunt for it next time. But like I said, if I come across anything, I will be definitely filming it. Things are about to get pretty real going uphill here. I don't know if you can tell. That's just like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. So I'm gonna have myself some water because I'm already sweating and I'm not even doing that. I'm getting the moderate part of this trail now. Hike. For sure. Things have definitely gotten steep. I don't know why I did not expect that today, so you know, some of them I prepare for, like Mount Camera, I knew was gonna be like, you know, some of the other ones, but this one, I was just going into it thinking, oh, it's not gonna be bad. I was wrong. I was down there. Like, I know, GoPro does it no justice, but like, I don't know. I didn't expect to be climbing a mountain today, which sounds absolutely ridiculous, I'm sure, because I am in the mountains. But for some reason, I don't know why I thought this trail, I don't know what I thought. I told you guys I saw the like elevation change, and I still was like not absorbing at all. So I'm sitting on a stump right now and looking at the view. I can see some of the valley down there. So that's where Cades Cove is, at the heart of it. Yeah, I'm taking a little mini break because I'm a dodo and not prepared. I passed two ladies that were coming down, and I told them, I think I picked the wrong route. And they're like, actually, we normally do it your way, and we had a friend tell us to go the other way because it's not as long of a uphill climb. So, something to keep in mind if you want to do Rich Mountain Loop Trail. Go the other way, most likely. And why you don't love me anymore? Why is that song stuck in my head? Sorry to torture you guys. It's like random, some of these songs that like pop in your head and you can't get them out. And it could be one that you haven't heard in like forever. And for some dumb reason, it's there. Trail sign ahead. Alright, so on the path of Indian Grave Trail now, and then eventually I'll hit that Crooked Arm Trail and go down. But looking at the map, I'm not even really halfway. So, go me. That's okay. I think the worst of it's over. So I should be able to pick up some slack and get my butt moving. I'm on a ridge, so I can look out and see on that side. Well, it's a little cloudy, but and that side. That's where Cades Cove is. And for me, I've noticed every time I hit a ridge when I'm hiking, whether it be a ridge on the AT or whatever, there's always this like breeze that comes across the top. And man, I sure as hell needed it right now. So it feels really good to be up here. Flat ground, views all around. Hey, that rhymed. God, what's wrong with me? Okay, so I'm at the next trail intersection. This is what I'm on. Crooked Arm Ridge Trail is 1.1 1.8 more miles that way, and that's what I still have to do. And then I don't know how long it is once I hit that going all the way back down to complete my loop, but it's taking me a little bit longer than I would have expected, but that's okay. I'm here and I'm doing a lot better now that I'm not like going up that steep hill. It looks like it goes up a little over here, but we'll see. I didn't film much on that whole part of the trail because there really wasn't much anything to film. What you see is what you get behind me, and there probably won't be much more until the next trail sign. So that's when I'll see you guys again. I'm at an unmarked intersection. And looking at my All Trails map, I know I need to go straight, but it looks like that's not, I thought something was crawling on me, sorry. That's not a trail from what I can tell, but the top point of that is called, oh God, I can't pronounce that. Surline Knob. C-E-U-R-U-L, oh look. Ah, you guys can't look, never mind. C-E-R-U-L-E-A-N, Knob. So, I don't know if maybe people have gone up there and it's not part of anything, or it's just runoff or deer path, but I will proceed straight, and yeah. So I could have showed you guys this further back, but I was just standing there enjoying it. But this is the view looking down on Townsend. It's a little different angle than where I was at before, but I know it looks so tiny on the GoPro, but the view is like really nice. All right, guys, I am at the next trail sign. So we are going that way and down Crooked Arm Ridge Trail, and the trailhead that I started on, Rich Mountain Loop, is, sorry guys, battery died. 2.2 more miles to go. So I feel like this is taking me longer than most hikes are, but that's okay. I'm almost done and I'm feeling really good. I don't know what else I was gonna say. I'll just leave it at that. The amount of fallen leaves is crazy. It's funny if you think about it, every season has its advantages and disadvantages to hiking, because at the end of fall here, you have all these leaves down and it makes it very hard to see rocks and stumps and stuff, so you slide. But then later down the road, when you're in heart of winter, then you have ice and snow, which is slick too. And then in the spring, temperatures are nice, but for most people, allergies are awful. And summer is beautiful because it's lush and green and awesome, but at the same time, you're sweating like nonstop, and the mosquitoes are bad. So then there's that. So every season has its faults. It's interesting if you think about it. They're all beautiful and all wonderful, but sometimes from a hiking standpoint, they can all just have a slight disadvantage. Look at that. It's like all of Cades Cove right there. Pretty cool. way. Oh, I can't bend. I do think going up this way would have been just as difficult. So I think either way you go, it's gonna be a workout going up. But it's been a challenge coming down. I've been really taking my time because I slip constantly on the leaves. I almost fell a few times, so I'm very grateful I haven't. But yeah, I'm almost to the bottom, I think. Not too much further. There's a little waterfall, and I don't know if there's any way to get to the base of it, but there is a small path right here, but I feel like too much leaves and stuff. I don't want to slip. I don't want to risk that. But that's really cool. It's like a slide waterfall. That's what I would call it. A slide. Alright guys, so I am done with the Crooked Arm Ridge Trail. I think I said all that right. And I'm back on the path. The repeat path to get back to my car at the end of the whole thing. I know I said there was gonna be historical sites, plural. I don't know where I got that from. There was just one. Honestly, if you're coming here to see Cades Cove, I wouldn't recommend this hike like I thought and what I read, because you barely even get to see the views. But there are views. It's just, if it had been summer and there were leaves on the trees, you wouldn't have been able to see anything. So keep that in mind. And it is strenuous going up. No matter which way you go, it'll be strenuous. But it was neat to see the cabin and that unexpected waterfall down at the end, cascades. Did not expect that. It was pretty. And I think that's the longest it's ever taken me to do 8.4 miles. I don't know if it's just my stamina wasn't up to par today, because I drank last night. Usually I don't drink before a hike, a bigger hike especially. I mean, I might have one or two, but that's it. I think I overdid it last night, and that can affect you definitely in your physical state. So, you know, a lot of people, you know, do drink, which is fine. I know I do, but try to keep that in mind of whatever you have planned for your next day, you know, to not go too crazy, especially if you're here visiting the Smoky Mountains. I know people go to Gatlinburg and have a lot of fun with all those tastings, and then you're miserable the next day, and let's just say the next day is when you planned on doing a hike. Well, I can promise you whatever hike you're planning is probably going to kick your butt because of that. So just keep that in mind, and what you're putting in your body the night before a hike. I think this thing took me somewhere around 4.5 hours, which for me is a very long time for an 8-mile hike. I have one that I used to do consistently that was one of my first ones I filmed for you guys, which is Indian Flats Falls. It's also a little over 8 miles, and I never have an issue with that one at all. It takes me about maybe 3 hours, but it's not as strenuous. This is definitely much more strenuous than that hike is. They're both labeled moderates, and they're both 8 miles. It's amazing the difference between the two, though. But yeah, Anyway, I still enjoyed my day a lot. I'm very, very blessed that I came out here and grateful for this earth and this body to experience it. And I hope you enjoyed the video and it wasn't too boring for you guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Please like and subscribe and share and comment. What'd you think of the hike? Would you do this hike? Anyways, guys, until my next venture. I don't know if you guys can see all the horses. I might try to zoom in here, but they're all out and they're all beautiful, making lots of noise. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna try to get some pictures.